So the next thing we're going to work on, guys, is a wrist lock from the closed guard. This works really well when the guy's able to control your sleeve. Whenever the guy on the top gets that sleeve control, you got to be worried right away about him and getting up to his feet, okay? So a good little attack that you guys can do right away is this wrist lock. It's super important that I try to control the elbow and go to the top of the hand. So we'll talk about this a lot, but a lot of it's just the same as any of the half guard or the closed guard stuff we've been working on. It's just timing, okay? If my timing is good, I'll have a higher success rate with the technique. So if I'm here in the closed guard, and I'm here with my partner, and he's able to get my sleeve. Right away, what I want to try to do here is I try to pull my arm in really tight here, and I'm just going to try to yank the grip away. As soon as he starts to pull this back to control, this is when I want to try to go for the elbow, okay? So I pull in, and now look, I'm going to try to come to the top of the hand here. So I think about cupping here on top of the thumb, okay? All I'm going to do now, I have to make a quick transition. So my knee is going to slide up. I want to keep it close to my partner's shoulder, very similar to the armbar. My head slides over this way here, and I'm going to do almost like a climbing armbar motion. So I want to just make sure that I can control the front of the shoulder here, okay? As soon as I do this, my other hand is going to come to here. I'm going to just have my hip on his elbow here. I'm going to come to the top of his hand, and I don't want to go into his wrist this way. I want to come back towards his fingers this way and lock it up, okay? So I can lock this hand right on top, okay? Another thing you guys can do is if your partner has a really flexible wrist and you guys can't get this, look, I can start to bring this over for a shoulder lock, okay? So this is a little combination of the two. So if I'm here, the biggest thing here is the setup, guys. As soon as this grip happens, I try to pull it in, and I try to grab here right away. As he starts to pull back, I try to go for the thumb here, and I pull it in with my hips. So if I don't move my hips, it's going to be very hard for me to catch it. So it's a combination of my hands, pulling in, boom, here. So if you guys want to train this, it's just this catch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here, okay? Once I have this locked up over his shoulder, like I said, I'm going to try to connect this shell grip right on top of his thumb. I don't want to push into his wrist here. I want to bend back here to get the wrist lock, okay? So I want to bend back towards his fingers. His elbow is trapped here. If you get somebody with a really flexible wrist, or maybe you just don't have the correct angle here, look, I can just bring this back, and I can start to work the shoulder lock as well, okay? So one more time through, we're here. I'm going to pull this towards me. As he pulls back, I'm going to get to my grip, okay? Foot on the hip, slide up, walk the shoulder right away. I need to make sure I'm on top of the shoulder. This is going to be way harder for him to rip out of this. If I don't control the shoulder, a lot of times he can pull up and rip out of this move, okay? So this is a very crucial part of the technique. So watch, I grab on top of the thumb right here. I'm going to start to pull this back towards me. I push his fingers down. I try to trap his elbow on my hip so I get the wrist lock here. If I can't get the wrist lock, he's got a flexible wrist, or like I said, I'm just not in the right position, all I'm going to do is start to bring this over and attack the shoulder lock. Okay? So similar to a lot of the closed guard techniques, this is great because it's low risk. You can try this, and if you have success with it and you're able to tap the guy, that's great. If not, you can go right back to any of the other techniques we worked on, breaking the guy's posture, and start to work some of our other series. That's the great thing about the closed guard. It's low risk, high reward. You don't have to be worried about the guy trying to jump for an ankle lock, any foot locks, any submissions at all, trying to pass your guard, smash you. The first thing that he's got to do, and the only thing you can do, is just try to open your guard, okay? So if you guys can start to combine these attacks, it'll be really good to shut down all of his offense.